Hello, people. So, today I have an article on psychology, and it's one of my favorite places to read about psychology. It's from this site called Psychology Today. Let's go. So, the title is Don't Give In to Your Dark Side. Psychology tells us that there is the potential for good and bad behavior in all of us. Research has determined some of the reasons why we may be inclined to behave badly or to give in to our dark side. So dark sides, it's basically the side or sides that in general it's unpleasant. It's basically a side where you probably wouldn't show too much most of the time. Here are some of the origins of our bad behavior and strategies to avoid them. Number 1. Fearing different others. Ingrained in us from our evolutionary history is a fear of anything different and out of the ordinary. This can include unfamiliar people. As a result, we are wary of strangers, particularly those who look and act differently. Wary means you're being cautious and being careful that there's a possibility that something or someone could be dangerous. So wary, and it sounds like very too. Very. This is the psychological foundation of prejudice and discrimination. When we allow our fear of others who are different from us because of the color of their skin, their language, or even their political views, anything that makes them different. Could be different culture, different opinion. So when we are wary of this, we are giving into our psychological dark side. Number 2, dealing with our anger. Actions by others, such as a driver cutting us off in traffic, or even poor service from a store employee, can trigger over-the-top outbursts of anger. Over-the-top here means it's a bit too much, and to a certain extent, it seems inappropriate. Or it could be used to describe for example, clothing. If you're dressed up looking like this, over the top. Controlling our negative emotions is sometimes a challenge. Cultivating empathy is a way to combat our dark side emotions. Remember that the target of our anger might be an overstressed mother temporarily distracted by a crying infant means baby, or a first-day worker still learning the job. So here the author says, everybody has anger and you might get angry easily, but if you just take a moment and imagine that person that you're getting angry at could be someone who is as lost as you might pull back. Imagining that a loved one was the target of your potential emotional outburst could help you rein it in. Rein it in. R-E-I-N. Here, rein means to hold back. And it sounds exactly the same like the word R-A-I-N, rain, raining. But two very different words, very different meaning, just one difference in alphabet. Third one, cognitive autopilot. All too often, we put our brains on autopilot and don't critically evaluate what we hear or read. We may accept an unsubstantiated rumor as the truth and compound the problem by spreading the rumor. Or we might fall victim to some outrageous conspiracy theory without checking the facts. Basically, it means you just believe whatever you hear, whatever you see, without checking if it's true. For example, a message that you receive on your phone, without checking, you just believe that it's true. We need to avoid cognitive laziness and engage in critical thinking. Learn how to investigate trusted and legitimate sources before acting on some false premise. Moreover, investing the time to check out that too good to be true offer can prevent you from getting duped. Dupe, D-U-P-E-D. Some people might read this as duped. It's the past tense of dupe or the past particle of dupe. The original word is D-U-P-E, but we do not pronounce the ed here, so it's just duped. Duped. Blind conformity. The original word for conformity is conform. To conform means you agree, you obey to a certain rules or a certain something that someone says. For example, I am asking you to just read every night and you do it every night. You conform to it. You conform to what I'm asking you to do. When we blindly follow the crowd without asking ourselves why, we may be headed toward our dark side. Take the January 6, 2021 insurrection in Washington, D.C., for example. Many of the protesters, I'm sure, did not intend to actually storm the Capitol, but they got caught up in the emotions and simply followed the lead of others. By avoiding falling prey to our dark side and by nurturing our bright side, we can truly make the world a better place. So how can we exercise our good side? The author here gives you a few examples. Practice acts of kindness, which consists of, for example, hold the door open for someone. Remember to say thank you. Let someone go ahead of you in line. Donate to a trusted charity. Volunteer your time or help a stranger. So the words that you might want to take off from today's article is rein, just like rain, but this is R-E-I-N. Rein it in, it means to hold it back. Rein is actually, if you know a horse, when you ride a horse, you need to rein it. The strap that holds onto that horse, that's a rein. So to rein your emotion, it means to control your emotions. And duped. So duped means to deceive someone, to make someone believe something that is not true. So remember, it's duped, not duped. Duped. I was duped. It means I was deceived. Alright, that's all for today, and hope you got some knowledge on psychology and English. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.